soul for every day. And though I tread a darksome path, your sunshine all the way. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus, because he first loved me. It tells me one whose loving heart can feel my darkest woes. In his sorrow bears a part that none can bear below. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus, because he first loved me.
This week's parable is about the lost son. This story is also called the prodigal son. Prodigal means to spend a lot of money on things you don't need and being very wasteful with what you have. You will see that that is exactly what this son does. And this is a parable that Jesus once told. There once was a father who had 2 sons. One day, the younger son said to his father, "Father, can you give me my inheritance?" Inheritance is money the father would have given his children after he had died. So the father thought about it and decided his sons could have the money now. And so he split the money evenly between them. Very soon after the younger son received the money, he decided that since he had so much money, he would move to a different country and have some fun with it. When he left for good. He took every last thing he had and didn't plan on returning. He wanted to be grown up and spend all his money how he wanted, with no one to tell him what to do. So he just left. He left a big farm with many hired men, with everything he needed. He left his family, and more importantly, he left his father, who trusted him enough to give him the money. This probably made his father very sad, and I'm sure he missed him very much. While the son was gone, he spent all the money he had right away. He didn't think to save any of it. He ate out for every meal, every day, eating only the finest foods. He bought fancy cars. He threw wild parties, and he spent money on many of things that God wouldn't be happy with. After he had spent all his money, the country he was living in became very poor, and they hardly had enough food for everyone. It was even worse for people who had no money, because food became even more expensive. So it was very hard for poor people to get any food. The son was in trouble. He had no money, no place to live. He had nothing to eat, so he had to get a job. The only job he could find was feeding chickens. He was so hungry, he tried to eat the food that the chickens were eating. But his boss caught him and told him if he ever saw him doing that again, he would lose his job. The son went to bed hungry. And when he woke up, he realized something. When he lived with his father, even the hired men had more food than they needed, and now he was starving to death. At that moment, he made a plan. He would go back to his father's house and say to him, "I have sinned against God and against you. I don't deserve to be called your son, so hire me and I will work for you." He knew that if he became like a hired man on his father's farm, he would still be better off than he was right now. He would always have a warm place to stay and food to eat. So he headed off home. It took the son a long time to get home. He was just hoping that his dad would let him work at the farm and let him be a hired man. The son was walking up to the farm, but while he was still a long way off, he could see someone notice him and start to run towards him. He was sure that they must have been expecting someone else. No one would be that excited to see him. As the person got closer, He realized it was his father and he was yelling, my son, you're finally home. He couldn't believe it. His father threw his arms around him and kissed him. But the son quickly said, Father, I have sinned against God and against you. I don't deserve to be called your son. The son wanted to continue, but the father said to one of his servants, Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the biggest calf and kill it. Let's have a party and celebrate, because my son was lost and is now found. In this parable, the father in the story is just like God. This is how God is. If we run away from him and we've started doing things we shouldn't, he doesn't give up on us when we do things that are wrong. And he's always ready to forgive us if we've truly changed and repent from what we've done.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Jesus loves me, this I know, as he loved so long ago, taking children on his knee, saying, Let them come to me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Jesus loves me still today, walking with me on my way, wanting as a friend to give light and love to all who live. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart, way down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Way down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. I've got the peace that passes understanding down in my heart. Where down in my heart, where down in my heart. I've got the peace that passes understanding down in my heart. Where down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. I've got the love of Jesus down in my heart. Way down in my heart, way down in my heart. I've got the love of Jesus down in my heart. Way down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. I've got the wonderful love of my blessed Redeemer way down in the depths of my heart.
Where?
Down in the depths of my heart.
Where?
Down in the depths of my heart. I've got the wonderful love of my blessed Redeemer way down in the depths of my heart.
Where?
Down in the depths of my heart.